It's mild out right now, but a big weather change is on the way. The National Weather Service issues a red flag warning when the high fire danger is expected.
A new report reveals what's behind 2 mountain lion deaths in our local mountains, and people are to blame.
And rosé with a splash of spooky. Get ready to board the Malibu Safari's wine tour that's decked out for Halloween. News at 5
starts now.
News, weather, and sports. Live from Malibu, this is NewsWaves32.
Taking no chances, a red flag warning is issued as the weather is about to shift and bring high fire danger. Good evening, I'm Katie Muchler.
And I'm Christina Stratton. Welcome to the Tuesday night edition of NewsWaves. We start our coverage with Meg, who is outside with details on the changing weather. Meg?
Yes, this afternoon, the National Weather Service changed a previously issued fire weather watch to a red flag warning. The warning for higher temperatures, Santa Ana winds, and low relative humidity takes effect early Thursday morning at 3. Wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour are forecast for the Santa Monica Mountains during the peak of the event on Thursday during the mid-morning to mid-afternoon. The conditions are ripe for extreme fire danger. We will be under this warning until it expires at 6 p.m. on Friday. Due to the elevated fire risk, Southern California Edison may shut off power to 30,000 residents. Let's go now to NewsWaves32 reporter Jenna Gartner. Jenna?
That's right, Meg. Thank you. Malibu has a critical fire weather condition, so with those Santa Ana winds on the way, the city of Malibu is definitely on high alert. I talked to Southern California Edison, and they said Malibu has officially been placed on a watch list, but we just received word from the City Alert Center that there is a planned outage for Thursday night at 9 p.m. to Friday morning at 9 a.m. for western Malibu. So be prepared for that. If your power does go off, that would be the reason why. Southern California Edison does have that ability to shut off the power in Malibu in order to prevent potential wildfires if the winds get worse than expected. Because of this, they will continue to monitor that situation throughout the next few days, as winds are expected to pick up more on Thursday night like we hear. I did speak with the Los Angeles Fire Department about the red flag warning and what that means for the situation here in Malibu. Officials are urging residents to cut back on the brush around their houses to stay out of the way of potential wildfires.
You have to do that now, because in 3 or 4 days, when the weather changes, you won't be ready. So as far as prevention, as far as prior to the incident, that's what we focus on.
The LA County Fire Department will have extra staffing this week and will place fire engines around the city to be ready for potential fires. While high winds do not usually spark fires, they can spread flames very quickly and cause massive wildfires. Fall is notoriously the worst time of year for wildfires. 7 out of the state's 10 most destructive wildfires happened in October and November. City Fire Safety Liaison Jerry Vandermeulen says to pay attention and prepare. Take in patio cushions, fill up with gas, and review your evacuation plan in case of emergency. Make sure you stay alert and up to date on the weather this week. You can sign up for the Malibu Alert System for more information on the possible future blackouts during the next few days. But remember that there is a blackout tomorrow night to Friday, or Thursday night to Friday morning, so be prepared for that. Reporting live in Malibu, I'm Jenna Gartner, NewsWaves32.
Thank you, Jenna. As part of ongoing recovery efforts, Malibu has a new coordinator to help residents rebuild after the Woolsey fire. The city announced Yolanda Bundy as Malibu's new city building official. Bundy will oversee Malibu's post-Woolsey rebuilding projects, as well as with the city's building safety and environmental issues. Bundy previously worked on rebuilding homes destroyed by the Thomas Fire in Ventura. No homes have fully been rebuilt in Malibu yet, but over 150 rebuilding projects have been approved.
It took firefighters just 1 hour to put out a small brush fire this morning in Topanga Canyon. Flames broke out at West Entrada Road in Topanga, near Greenleaf Canyon. LA County Fire tweeted they were on scene at 9 a.m. The fire was out around 10. The fire was only 1/8 of an acre.
If you need to get out of the valley, avoid Topanga Canyon at night. The canyon will be completely closed tonight from 11:30 p.m. to 5 a.m. from PCH to Grandview Drive. The closures will also happen tomorrow and Thursday. The work is part of the almost $3 million Senate Bill 1 project to repair worn pavement. Drivers are being encouraged to take alternate routes.
A new report out today shows 2 mountain lions found dead in the Santa Monica Mountains ingested rat poison. The mountain lions, P30, a female, and P30 was a male, and P53, a female, were part of the Santa Monica Mountain Study. They were found dead in September and August. The National Park Service announced today that evidence shows both cats had rat poison in their systems. The news brings the total number of mountain lions killed by rat poison to 5 or 6.
Federal authorities are now looking into the suspect who robbed a local Malibu bank. Authorities say an unarmed adult male obtained a, quote, considerable amount of money and fled from the Bank of America at the Malibu Colony Plaza yesterday. Deputies found the suspect in his car and arrested him. The Lost Hills Sheriff's Station tweeted this photo of the suspect being detained. The station told NewsWaves32 that the FBI has launched an investigation into the suspect and the incident. Officials have not released the suspect's identity or how much money he took. The suspect has been charged with robbery.
A project to rebuild a local beach has been ordered to stop. NewsWaves32 reporter Kaylin Mendez is live at Broad Beach with details on why a judge ended a sand replenishment project there. Kaylin?
Thanks, Christina. I'm here at Broad Beach where residents want to add more sand to create a 100-foot wide beach. The California Coastal Commission approved the project in 2015. 131 property owners agreed to tax themselves to pay for a $100 million project that involves trucking in sand over a span of 20 years to expand the beach. After 9 years, $20 million have been spent, but no sand has been put here. Now, a judge has ruled that the project must stop, and Broad Beach residents are left disappointed.
I'm disappointed if it has stopped. I hope they continue to fight for it because I think it's really good for everybody. It's a win-win.
The judge ruled that the project's latest tax collection was invalid. According to the judge, the Broad Beach project organizers called a meeting and voted for the tax, knowing that the Coastal Commission would not approve of the trucking in of sand. This is not the only time the property owners have run into issues, though. In 2005, Broad Beach homeowners bulldozed sand from state-owned property to replenish the sand washed away in a major storm. The Coastal Commissions filed a suit against them, and they were forced to move the sand back. In 2018, the city of Fillmore and Ventura County filed a suit against the Broad Beach group because Fillmore did not want the trucks of sand to go through its city. The state appeals court ruled in favor of Broad Beach. Residents are still pressing on to complete the project, but even if the ruling on the tax were overturned, the Coastal Commission would still halt the project since not all property owners have signed a deal stating that they would be okay with the public beach access line moving up closer to private property. At this time, at least 6 homeowners still need to sign the deal. I'm Kaylin Mendez for NewsWaves32. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks so much, Kaylin. Divide and conquer.
The new proposal to make sure your neighborhood is represented by city leaders in Malibu.
Get ready to grind. How you can help with a new skate park in Malibu.
And wine and witches. Ride along as we take you on the Malibu Wine Safaris tour that's gone spooky for Halloween.
theshelterpetproject.org.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Smokey, catch! Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
One city official is looking to drastically change Malibu elections. Malibu Council member Skylar Peak is proposing that the city be divided up into voting districts. Right now, residents elect all of the city council members. Under Peak's plan, residents will only elect one city council member to serve as a representative for their district. Peak spoke to NewsWaves32 about why this is a better system for Malibu.
Unanimously voted to hire an independent.
A lot of cities have been faced with legal challenges about district-based voting. Those cities, when they don't adopt district-based voting, they lose legally and it costs them a lot of money.
Each voting district would be similar in size. Peak says his proposal will allow for residents in different parts of Malibu to have their individual concerns addressed. The City Council will discuss Peak's proposal at next Monday's meeting. Malibu is asking for resident feedback on a new local skate park. A temporary skate park is set to open next spring next to Malibu Bluffs Park. The city has a survey online where residents can share what they want to see included in the park's design. The temporary park will be constructed into a permanent site in the future.
This week, families across Malibu are celebrating Giving Week, an annual fundraiser for local Malibu schools. The Shark Fund is a nonprofit organization that supports Malibu students from 6th to 12th grade. The fund is asking for donation this week to support student-teacher support programs, classroom technology, and extracurriculars. Donations can be made online at thesharkfund.org. The recommended donation is $2,500 per student.
Here we are with Megan on weather, and I hear tomorrow may not be the warmest day.
Enjoy the mild weather while it lasts. It is currently 71 degrees in Malibu and expected to be in the high 50s tonight. Humidity is at 60% and winds are traveling at 7 miles per hour. The high for tomorrow is 67 degrees. Along the coast in Santa Monica, the high will be 69 degrees. It will be slightly warmer in Calabasas, Agoura Hills, and Thousand Oaks, reaching a high of 74 degrees. The heat will make a comeback Thursday and last throughout the weekend. Although today's fire threat is low, it is projected to reach a high point early Thursday morning at 3 a.m. when that red flag warning issued by the National Weather Service goes into effect. Hot weather, low humidity, and Santa Ana winds will combine to elevate danger until 6 p.m. Friday when the warning expires. Today's surf forecast is looking fair. Calm to light winds are making for smooth surface conditions. Waves are currently only reaching 1 to 2 feet. The current ocean temperature is about 65 degrees. Let's take a look at our 4-day forecast. Temperatures will stay roughly in the mid to high 60s tomorrow, with winds at 8 miles an hour and a humidity level of 81%. Temperatures for the rest of the week spike up to the mid to high 70s and will remain consistent throughout the weekend. The humidity level will drop drastically to 33% Thursday. On Thursday, northeast winds are expected with gusts reaching 45 to 70 miles per hour in the Santa Monica Mountains. The strongest winds are expected Thursday, mid-morning to mid-afternoon. This stays consistent Friday, with the conditions expected to be down by that evening.
Wow. Thank you so much, Megan. I think just hearing reports like this makes us remember that we need to have a plan set in place. You know, even if the power just goes out, it's important to be ready.
Have your flashlights, have your backup generators, have your portable chargers, anything. Just be prepared.
Yeah,
absolutely. Thanks. Coming up in sports, the Dodgers and a sweep at home. How the Waves women's volleyball team is hoping to continue its winning streak.
And the real heroes in this fight were not on the field. The special football game at Calabasas High School.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
I spy something beginning with S.
Snow?
No.
Snow-covered trees?
Nothing to do with snow.
Head outside to discover incredible animals and beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure.
Wow.
So grab your loved ones.
Don't even.
And explore a world of possibilities.
Come on, this way.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Stirred it.
A tough loss for the Dodgers yesterday.
Yes, Austin, I hear if you're a Dodgers fan, you may be panicking right now.
Yes, a little bit, because there will be a Game 5. After a 6-0 run through the heart of LA, the Dodgers will play a 5th game.
Swinging a fly ball right field. Adam Eaton back, now in and to his left, still moving. He makes the catch!
After a thundering solo shot from Justin Turner in the first inning, the Dodgers gave up 6 unanswered runs versus the Nationals. They came into the game up 2-1, looking to close out the series. Game 5 is tomorrow at Dodger Stadium. Pepperdine volleyball is climbing to the top of WCC standings. Break out the brooms. Pepperdine women's volleyball has a smashing victory over Gonzaga. The Waves swept their West Coast Conference rival on Saturday night to bring their record to an even 8-8. Senior outside hitter Hannah Frawling heated up early, hammering 5 straight kills in the first set.
I think today I felt like there was a lot of things open, which is a great feeling.
The high-octane offense was too much to handle for the Zags, and Pepperdine took the first set 25-13. Gonzaga battled back in set 2, and after tying up the score at 23-all, the Waves had back-to-back kills to win. The final set was no contest, and the Waves dominated to win 25-13 once again.
Sweeping is kind of our favorite way to win. I think we just learned that we can push through if we're a little bit down, and when we're up to just fight through and finish and not let the other team back in.
The Waves are now tied for second in the WCC and will take on LMU on Friday. And Pepperdine Soccer kicks off conference play with a signature win. The Waves had 1 week to prepare for the Pilots following their last away victory. In the first half, sophomore center back Trinity Watson scored her first goal of the season off of a penalty kick. In the second half, the Waves added to their lead when Haley Stenberg beat her one-on-one matchup for the goal. The Waves are on a plane right now headed for Provo, Utah to face off against BYU tomorrow.
Wow. I'm so glad to see that some of our athletes are doing really well out there.
Yeah, another really, really solid weekend for Pepperdine Athletics.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see where women's volleyball and women's soccer goes in the WCC.
Me too.
Have to stay tuned for next week.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
September was Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, but this family and school strive to be aware all year round. NewsWaves32 reporter Carly Ott attended Calabasas High School's football game, which had a special halftime show organized by the Community Outreach Program.
A sea of yellow to honor a past Calabasas student who was diagnosed with neuroblastoma. Kevin Cordasco was a junior at Calabasas High School when he died after a 7-year battle with cancer.
Tonight, as a community, and in the spirit of Kevin Cordasco, we honor the heroes of childhood cancer.
Calabasas High's halftime show included the marching band performing Viva La Vida by Coldplay, who dedicated an album to Kevin. Kevin Cordasco Sr. spoke during the tribute about keeping his son's legacy alive.
Although cancer took Kevin's life, it never touched his amazing spirit.
The Kevin Cordasco Foundation and Calabasas High School have been working to show his spirit. Adam Schwartz is excited to be the Calabasas student in charge of working with the foundation.
This is my second year working with them. I was on the position last year, and now I'm again on it this year. I just love it, and I want to continue with them.
David Shapiro is a family friend of the Cordascos. He says Kevin Cordasco was inspiring for how he handled day-to-day life.
He was an ambassador for so many different organizations, causes, charities, and raising awareness and funds any way he could.
The money that the Kevin Cordasco Foundation raises goes toward research for pediatric cancers. Carly Ott, NewsWaves 32.
The Kevin Cordasco Foundation says childhood cancer receives less than 5% of federal research funds. They have their second annual gala this Saturday, a sky full of stars, and regular charity poker tournaments. Go to their website, somethingyellow.org, to register for their events or to donate.
Calling all waves. The event at Pepperdine this weekend that's bringing Pepperdine alums and families back to Malibu.
Raise
your glasses, because it's time for Halloween. I'll give you an inside look at the spooky changes to the Malibu Wine Safari.
Stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. I already posted it.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
Welcome back to NewsWaves. I'm Buddy Kennedy, and this is Around the Town Tuesdays, where I show you what's new in Malibu. Today, let's take a ride on Malibu Wine Safari's brand new Haunted Lights night tour. Get ready to get spooky. During the month of October, Malibu Wine Safari is offering a brand new Haunted Lights experience. This is their first ever night tour, and 90% of tickets were sold within the first week. Light designer Colton Simler's installation is an impressive combination of technology with nature. The entire exhibit took over 8 months to create. Described by the staff as whimsical but a little bit scary, guests seemed to be huge fans of the interactive part of the experience.
Somebody is walking and they were wielding an axe, and I was not prepared for that. I think I looked at him and was like, no.
My favorite part was that person coming up and scaring us, even though I hated that the most. I was clinging on to her the whole time, and I knew my eyes were closed, but I'll remember it the most.
Based on the overwhelming response from the community, Malibu Wine Safari is looking forward to the future of their night tours.
But just to have everyone be completely behind us, we know next year is going to be even bigger.
They are planning to reprogram the lights for a holiday-themed tour, as well as Valentine's Day and summer. In response to the tremendous popularity, they are adding a few tour times to their Haunted Lights schedule, so snag some tickets before it's too late. You don't want to miss out on this incredible new Malibu experience.
All right, what a fun new addition to the wine safari.
Oh yeah, it was incredible. Like, I went into it not knowing that there even was an interactive portion, and so I was just like, oh, I'll just go look at the cute lights, and then I went, and then I was just like, oh my gosh, and then like they hired actors from the local high school, and there was this one girl whose one sole job was to lie like a body, and everyone was like, oh, it's a fake body. But then as we approached it, she just like turned her head, and it was, I went to the Hollywood Fright Fest at Six Flags, and this might have been better.
Really?
Yeah, I would say so.
And right in our backyard.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
That sounds
cool.
so
So I would
spooky.
highly recommend it to anyone who likes to get spooked, but also a little bit of wine.
All right.
Sounds like a good time to me.
Yeah.
Well, Simon Cowell has quite the birthday bash in Nobu, I hear.
Yes, he did. Yesterday, he enjoyed an amazing dinner at Nobu with his friends and family, celebrating the 60th birthday. He was in such high spirits. Yes, so Simon Cowell, he celebrated with a group of close friends at the Malibu hotspot yesterday evening. The America's Got Talent judge was accompanied by his 5-year-old son Eric, his girlfriend, and longtime industry pals, including Howie Mandel and ex-girlfriend Terry Seymour. The star wore a simple white button-down and reportedly even accepted a bottle of wine from the photographer outside the restaurant. While Waves Weekend at Pepperdine will start strong thanks to some of Pepperdine's best musicians. NewsWaves32 reporter Kat Bigelow is live at Firestone Fieldhouse with a sneak peek of the opening act. Kat?
Thanks, Hallie. Pepperdine's Waves Weekend Carnival starts at 6 p.m. right here in Firestone Fieldhouse. And there's no better way to kick off such a lively celebration than with a lively band consisting of Pepperdine's most talented brass, wind, and percussion musicians. Putting the pep in Pepperdine. The Pepperdine Wind Ensemble will kick off the Waves Weekend Carnival on Friday with an exciting performance.
This year we have the wonderful opportunity to be performing a lot of contemporary pieces of pop music. Excerpts from Hey Baby, and Shut Up and Dance, Birdland, Bohemian Rhapsody in Africa by Toto.
The group wants people to join in on the performance and says anyone is welcome to come play the pop hits.
It will be outside, and we're inviting more people to play. And so if you're not in the band, you can come and play with us.
The Wind Ensemble will start playing at the Firestone Fieldhouse parking lot at 5:45 on Friday. The carnival starts at 6. The Wind Ensemble most recently performed at the inauguration of new university president James Gash, and the ensemble will hold a Christmas concert to end the year. Back to you, Hallie.
Thanks, Kat. And the musical act isn't the only thing to get excited for about Waves Weekend. Students and guests can enjoy performances, carnival rides, and food at Firestone Fieldhouse's parking lot. The annual event is followed by a rally to celebrate the upcoming basketball season. Performances by American rock and electro pop band Arizona and Pepperdine alumna Jessica Rotter will be there on Saturday at Alumni Park.
Wow, that sounds like such a good time. We'll have to go to that.
Yes, I'm so excited. It's my first one, so I can't wait to go.
Yay.
Thanks, Hallie.
Yes, thank you guys.
With changing seasons, have either of you gotten to carve your pumpkins yet?
No, I haven't, but actually in my dorm, there's tons of pumpkins that are carved, so
Really?
I'm anxious to do one.
Cool. Well, carving a nice pumpkin can be pretty hard. So can you imagine doing it underwater? 24 scuba divers competed against each other to see who could carve the best jack-o'-lantern underwater this weekend in Florida. 2 divers from Detroit won the contest. Their jack-o'-lantern had 2 eels around a heart.
Wow, that sounds interesting. I've never heard of anything like that before.
Quite a feat. I'd love to see that pumpkin. But
Me too.
That will do it for us this evening.
Have a great night. We'll be back on Thursday.